back. So, and I didn't even open these up to clean them or nothing. So, all I gotta do, and this is, once again, this is very indicative of how brittle these plastics are in these cases. I mean, this whole fan assembly is just, it's just falling apart. It's just disintegrating. You know, it's sad, really. It's just, there's not really much you can do about it. Unfortunately, you can be as gentle as you can, and they're still going to fall apart. It's just, unfortunately, it's the nature of the beast. So, I'm nosy. I want to take this damn card out of the bottom. Now, these little slots right here. These push, see, right there. And it's just typical. Unfortunately, it's just cheap Apple shit. It's not really any other way to put it. So I want to take this card out here because I'm just, my curiosity is getting the best of me, and I just want to know what the hell this is. So you push it over to the side and then break it, because they always break. And this is a full-length card, so it's a pain in the butt. Okay, I'm just as clueless now as I was when I started, because I have no freaking idea what the hell this is. It's got a fuse on it, whatever it is. PCI matchmaker. If anybody's got any ideas, let me know. So, because I don't. I think it's a controller card for a machine of some sort, but I'm not sure. Looks like an AMCC chip. Might have to take a look. So, I'll just throw that in the bin. And got a video card here. Looks like an ATI Rage. There's a 3Com network card, which, if I remember correctly, this is a 10100 card. These fast Etherlink. The onboard Ethernet on these Macs were only 10 megs per second, so 10100 was actually pretty high end. It's an old 3Com card. Of course, you know 3Coms are not really around anymore. Another common issue with these machines is these daughter cards like to come loose. And it says for 9500 only. Where's my G3 card at? Okay. It doesn't say what it is. It just says for 9500 only. I'm sure it's probably the 604 150. So, and this machine here, more than likely, is probably going to end up as parts. If I can't get it to boot, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. So, I'm not going to take the power supply or anything else out at this juncture. There's no point in it. So, don't see anything. Damn plastic. So this is interesting. This is a ATI Mach 64 video card. This is a Mac version, obviously, but it has an IBM palette DAC chip on it right here, and I've never seen anything like that before. And this has a memory upgrade on it as well. I'm just curious to see. I wonder if I can. And this is from 1995, it says. And this isn't an ATI upgrade, this is an aftermarket upgrade. Southland Microsystems. Doesn't say. It's got IBM memory chips on it. I can't decipher them without some help. I'm going to say it's probably 4 megabytes. Be my guess. 1 megabyte, 2 megabytes was pretty typical of the time. 4 megabytes was pretty high end, actually. So put that back in because this board has no onboard video. So, and I'm not going to mess with the Etherlink card at the moment. So here's the power button, which broke. Obviously, this case is pretty brittle. So, as you know, evidence from the CD-ROM falling apart. Let's see if we can get the hard drive out. Just kind of curious to see. It is a 2 gig hard drive, so it's the original hard drive. So, well, gently put this fan assembly back in. Flip it back down. This is definitely a much better design than the 8500's had. The 8500's had a pretty crappy design. So, in terms of the way the processor card's held in, so these were a little better. Plastics weren't any better, but can't have everything. So I'll show you the back of the motherboard. I'm not going to take the motherboard out, but these things are a nightmare to get out. So, but there's the back of the motherboard. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 RAM slots right there. And these use fast page EDO DIMM 160, I think 168 pin DIMMs. So these look like they have fairly new RAM batteries, and so I wonder if these things were in use until recently. I don't know why it says Viper on the back. Okay. So, put our borked power switch. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say this machine's got an issue. Now this one here looks like it's dead. DED, dead. So, it could just be a bad video card. Something I'll get into on a later date. Probably make a video on broken plastics. So we'll just put this aside. And we'll concentrate on the other one. Oh, what do we do with a PowerMac 9500? Well, whatever the hell we want. So, what we're going to do, we're going to crack her open. And obviously this one opens the same exact way. I figure take 2 good computers, make 1 good computer, and we got her set. This one here looks like it might have seen a little moisture. One of these screws is a little rusty. Which this was out in the guy's garage, so it doesn't surprise me. Alright. Now this one here, we just very gently open it. Try to preserve the plastics as best as we can. Okay. And let's see here, what do we got? So we got CD-ROM, floppy, 1.44 meg, high tech, hard drive, and we found out it is the original. Well, it's not the maybe not the original, but it is a 2 gigabyte drive, and the Seagate Hawk actually, which is not a stock drive. It's a likely replacement. Apple had this thing with using Hitachi drives for a long time, so they did have some issues with them, but this is not an Apple drive. Oh yeah, it is an Apple drive. I take that back. Wow, it is 2 gigabytes. So cool. That hard drive will go in. I have a hard drive caddy. I'll probably keep this drive and put another drive in, and or I might just put another one in here. I don't know yet. I'll see what I'm gonna do. It's scuzzy. Anything's possible. So, holy crap. So, wow. We got a hell of a video card in this sucker. So, I'm going to do the same thing on this machine and hope it doesn't self-destruct. Maybe this one won't self-destruct nearly as bad. And yes, I know they're filthy. Shush. Well, good sign so far. Well, that was a good sign. Sometimes I really hate working on old Macs. Okay. Well, no. Didn't really fare much, but actually we fared a little worse with this one than we did with the other one. At least in terms of the PCI support. So, what do we got? Holy shit. This thing has a Radius video card in it. And it looks like it has the same ATI card that the other machine has. And a 3-COM Etherlink fast Etherlink card. So, nothing outlandish. I mean, it's just pretty stock, but the Radius video card, ooh, that's pretty high end. That was a pretty expensive card in its day. Hey, I got it out without breaking the tabs. God damn. Alright. So here's the Radius video card. This is a pretty high-end card. Or well, it was. I mean, it still is pretty high-end. As you can see, it's got a daughter board on it. I'd almost have to say it's probably like an MPEG decoder, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. Can't really find an actual model number. It's from 1995. It's got a copyright date, 1995 on it. But I can't find an actual model number. unless that's it right there. DV. That's probably the serial number. That's pretty wild. I love the bodge wire. It's pretty cool. It goes right to this chip and right through the chip. It almost looks like a chip's mounted right on top of it. That's different. That's pretty crazy. That is definitely a nice video card, though. Now, take that out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to remove the original video card, because it's disabled anyway. It's not even being used. The computer has it disabled. So, but this one here isn't even upgraded. This one here is just stock. It looks like they ordered the radius. They probably got the radius card with it. This was probably a pretty high-end workstation for the time. I mean, I don't know what else might have been upgraded on it, but you know, obviously the memory. You know, they didn't come with 80 megs of memory on them. So, and I think what we're going to do, I think I'm going to, that's the fan, take the Ethernet card out as well. And these are good Ethernet cards. If anyone's looking for Ethernet cards, 3Com Fast Etherlinks, good ones to go with, because they're very easy to use on Macs and PCs. So, and then we'll take the processor board out. Oh, here's the processor daughter card. This one says 49500 only as well, but it doesn't specify what it is. So, I'm sure by now they need their goo redone. So that's it. The cards are now empty, and I did not break any of the things. I am very happy. Now we're going to remove the borked power switch. Well, not the actual switch, but the button for the switch. Okay. Plastics, cards. Broken plastics. So, now we got everything out. It's actually not that bad to get the motherboard out. So, there's the SCSI connector here. This has a 10 meg SCSI internal, 5 meg external. So it's basically SCSI 2 inside, but SCSI 1 outside. This is the power cable. Now, there's a little push tab on the back, and if you push it and work it, it's very cold, so the wires are very stiff. And pull out. Internal speaker. Okay, CD-ROM audio. And I just realized you guys can't see a damn thing I'm doing. So, to recap, SCSI is here. Just pull it out by the connector. It says Foxconn. Power connector here. Speaker. CD-ROM audio. Okay. This is very important because these computers do not transmit any audio digitally for like when you're playing games, so you got to make sure that's connected. Okay. Secondary power. These have 2 power connectors. So, and this one here is a biatch to get off. So, we're just going to leave it on there for now. And then this is the floppy drive right here. So, and all you do is just leave those all like that. And then you get yourself a pretty Phillips screwdriver. And I'll tell you, one part that's guaranteed to break is this plastic piece right here. If it doesn't break, I'd be amazed. If it breaks, it's not really a big deal. It's really just a spacer for the motherboard. It just keeps the motherboard from hitting the metal case. So it's important, but it's not important. Oh. And this screw does not like coming out at all on any of these machines. If you've taken your machine apart a couple times, it usually comes apart pretty nice, but likely this thing's probably only been opened once or twice. So, and then down here on the front, which is kind of hard to see, but down here in the front is a frame that has the LED in it. All you have to do is stick your fingers back here and break the plastic while you're doing it, because it's guaranteed to freaking break, and pop this out. Probably should have did this on a warmer day, but screw it. It's gonna break either way. It's inevitable. Now what you do is slide the board forward. You very gently pull up on this tab here and pull the board out. And then you disconnect this freaking thing. There. Holy Jesus. Well. Okay. Here's your 9500 motherboard. Big sucker, if you ask me. This is actually pretty awesome because there's like, oh, look at all these open RAM slots. So, these look like PC100. They are not PC100. So, there's your RAM slots. And it looks like they had a 32 and probably two more 32s maybe? I don't know how to pull them out. Pram battery, of course. This is a ROM slot right here. I've never had anything go in it. So, processor card, 6 PCI, and then just all the other controllers. As you see, it's actually a very simple board. I mean, if you compare it to my 8500, which is a much busier looking board. Of course, then again, you know, there's video memory. There's a ROM here. No, or a cache, excuse me. Oh, that's right. That's not ROM. That's cache. I like. This is the ROM slot, which this one doesn't have one either, but it does have cache. Ooh. Interesting. And this has 8 DIMM slots in it, so I think we might try some upgrades. So, and if you'll take notice, okay, there's a white and a black SCSI port on here. Okay. You know, if you look on the 8500, you have the same thing. There's a white and a black. Next thing out of your mouth, why is there a white and a black? Well, I'm going to tell you. The white one is your fast SCSI. That's your 10 meg. Okay, it's your SCSI 2, pretty much. There's 2 SCSI buses. So this is your external SCSI. Now, if by some God obscene chance you have more, you have drives you want to run off the internal SCSI, then you have a SCSI port right here. I wouldn't recommend it unless it's a CD-ROM or something, but hey, you know, to each their own. So, alright, I'm going to call it quits for right now because it's cold, I'm freezing, and I can't feel my nuts. So, we're going to call it quits for now, and we'll pick this up at a later date. Look back for part 2 here in the next week or so. Hopefully the temperature will rise above freezing and I won't freeze. So, questions or comments, let me know. Talk to you later.